This ain't a stroll, it's a trial by flame, a proven ground, not a show for acclaim. But with every fall, there's a chance to rise, stronger than ever with fire in your eyes.
All right, here we are, the Branded again. We got Greg. He's in front of the camera instead of behind the camera this time. So let's talk about this intro song that you wrote for us for the Branded.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Well, first of all, bro, thank you for the opportunity of being here, bro, at the Branded. I think it's definitely an amazing it's going to be an amazing podcast, not because we are going to talk about so many good things, but because we know God's going to definitely do his thing. He's going to get glorified, and we're super excited, bro, to see what God's going to do with the Branded. And bro, let's get into this song, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's get into this song. First of all, let me ask you a couple of questions, bro.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right?
Yep.
When I sent you the song, the first time you heard it, what did you think of it? How did you feel? And what did you notice about what I did with the song? There was something that I did, and it took about a couple of weeks that I was doing on purpose to be able to get this done.
Well, one, it was everything that we had talked about for months.
There you go.
Months. Like, you incorporated every single main point that I had told you or that we had talked about even with Mr. B, and just like every single point you hit on.
Correct.
And it was like anywhere from being branded men to the deep waters of life, just the trial by fire. It just hit on every point, and it hit the points of like that ruggedness, that the walk isn't this nice, happy path, and that it's gonna be a challenge. It's not gonna be this nice and easy,
Nice. So you felt, the first time you heard it, what was your reaction? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you grow in it? Were you thinking like, oh man, maybe I gotta hear it again? Like, how did that hit you first, bro?
At first, the initial beat was like you're like, dang, all right, like this is like, it's like right, like smacks you in the face, like it's like, all right.
Yeah.
And then you started listening to the lyrics, and I had to listen to it over and over and over to really intake what was being said, and just even, it's so funny because a lot of the verses, it reiterates the same thing but in different tones.
Correct.
So then you listen to it, and like, it wasn't until we actually broke it down and used it for our intro
Correct.
that I realized, like, whoa, it says the same thing over, but it hits it with different beats and different tones, that it makes it feel like it's a whole different word, like a whole different verse or words.
Correct.
And honestly, I was like, what really set it for me, like where I was like, dang, this is sick, is when you played you just put some random video on and you muted it and you put the music behind it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shoot, like, yeah, like it gets you going. Like,
is that where you feel like this is okay? I'm gonna use it?
That's when it really hit. That it was at that moment that I was like, oh shoot, this is it. Like, this is the our
you saw
intro
it. You
song.
saw
like,
the vision. You saw the whole thing.
This is gonna represent what the Branded is. Like, this is gonna be our main track.
That's fire.
And even when you had brought it up before you even wrote the song, you told me like, hey, wouldn't it be dope that if we had a song for our podcast?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it would actually be sick.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, like we kind of talked about it and we left it at that. And then it was like a month later, you sent me the song and the verses out of nowhere, and I was like, we just talked about it. Like, it wasn't even, I didn't even know you were working on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I had been just working on it the last couple of weeks, and then it really caught me by surprise. Like, dang, this is the real deal. Like, we're actually moving.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I definitely throughout those weeks that we had been talking, my prayer was just asking God, how can I get this song, this lyrics, in a way to really represent what the message that Frank and the Branded is about. So I was like, Lord, just give me the lyrics, give me the. So just going back, that's why I kept asking you so many questions throughout the weeks, and I was like, and this, that, and that, because I was taking like mental notes in my mind, and man, I think that God did His thing, bro. I think that is all God right there. Every time we hear it, bro, we're like, is this really all God? It has nothing to do with us, bro.
No chance.
Really.
I think this everything has. Honestly, like we were just talking about it a little bit ago. Everything has clicked.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you look at like talent wise, like everybody's backgrounds and like where everybody's come from and like the sets that they've worked on and like just things like that. It's like,
Correct.
what? Like
Yeah.
how did we all mesh together? But God started clicking us together. And then it started conversation in the parking lot, conversation in your car.
Yeah.
And we just like started like, I remember the day you told me, you were like, hey, just if you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, right now it's just an idea, you know.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, but for real, like
Let me know.
Like, let me know. We'll do it. And then I was like, then it was a couple weeks later. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna
let
hit
him know.
up. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up. Let's see.
Yeah.
And then everything just started clicking. And then it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, bro.
God has clicked everything together for sure.
Bro, and the beauty about all of this, and we're gonna definitely dive into the song right now. The beauty about all of this is how you start with a plan, and you're like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and then maybe a month later, a month and a half later, that original plan that you had completely like went out the door, and then God is like, oh, you thought you were gonna do it this way, boom, all the pieces together. And I remember telling you, saying, I was like, Frank, I'm like, just use what you have, bro. And if God put this in your heart, He's gonna bring the people, He's gonna bring the help, He's gonna bring the team. And bro, here we are, bro.
Yeah.
Like
tenfold from what we
Like
originally started at.
yeah, bro.
Tenfold. And those, and really realistically, those are answered prayers, because I remember praying. I'm just like, Lord, allow this whole thing to be what you want it to be.
Correct.
Not my vision, but
Correct.
your vision. Just put in my heart what you want it to be.
Correct.
Not what I think will be a good thing or what I want it to look like and how I think it should be done, but just, and so even when those changes did come and it was
Yeah.
completely off of what I thought was supposed to happen or what I thought we were going to do,
Yeah.
those were just answered prayers, and those were welcoming changes, because I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you feed into it more because you're like, it's coming so effortlessly that you're like, I'm like, this is God connecting all this. Like, I don't even
Correct.
need to do anything.
Yeah.
All I have to do is be obedient and just continue to take those steps forward.
And just to see what God has done in such little time, right? But if there's one thing, bro, that I would love to ask you, and then we'll get into the song, is in just this little time, imagine this 2-3 years from now, right? Imagine what God's gonna do. And we believe and we walk by faith, knowing that God has called us for a time as this to do this, bro. But in just this little times, bro, if you could just tell me, because I would love to hear from you, and I think it's very important for people to hear this. What has been the number one thing that God has taught you in just this little time? Because people don't see the angle that you're seeing right now with all of this. Like, if there's one thing that God has taught you in this little time of just being obedient to something that He says, go ahead and do it. Like, what has that been, bro? What has been that one thing that God has taught you so far, bro?
I would say obedience. Even
Wow.
by, like, you may be fearful, and like there's still moments where I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to talk about this, or I don't know. Like, we talked about it the other night about just being real, and just, you know, sometimes we may not want to, but
Yeah.
if we're not gonna be real, then at the end of the day, what are we doing?
Exactly. Exactly.
And so for me, it was just being obedient. Like we've talked about, I don't know anything about production or creating a podcast, or like, I don't know anything. Like, I'm not qualified by no means to do any of this.
That's beautiful.
But God has put it in my heart, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do what I can do. I'm gonna
Correct.
bring to the table what I can bring.
Correct.
And you know
Correct.
what? And just by doing that, taking that one step, he has been like, okay, you need someone to help you off with videography, got that.
Boom.
You need someone to help you out with audio, got that. You need someone to help you out with logistics, got that.
Got that.
And all I had to do was bring to the table what I can, what I bring, and everything. He's put everything together.
Yeah.
And that's just straight off of me just being obedient. And I keep saying that every time I talk to somebody new about the whole podcast or the branded, what the branded is, I'm just being obedient.
Yeah.
Whether I'm fearful, whether there's times where I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, I'm doubtful. I go back to, you know what? God has put it in my heart.
Yeah.
He's asking me to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be obedient. Whether I can't, it may seem cloudy, or I don't know what the future holds, but I know he's made it very clear in this moment, this is what he has me doing.
Yeah.
And so I would definitely say obedience. That's what, no matter all the other circumstances outside, just be obedient.
Obedience. That's beautiful, man. I think that obedience is the key to everything that we need to do as men in our lives. I think that without obedience, we're lost. I think that without obedience, we're just wondering on how we do it. And sometimes we get so lost in those things. And this was also a step of obedience for me, because when you started bringing it up and we started talking about it, I literally just felt the Lord like, yo, do this. And I brought it up to my wife, and I was like, you know, like I was talking to Frank about him doing the podcast, and I've been, there's something in my heart that I'm like, start writing a song and start getting into all of this. And I was telling Gabby, I was like, babe, I want to make sure that it's not my emotions or I don't want to do cool things. I want to do holy things, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because cool things, anybody can do a podcast.
Yeah.
Anybody can, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want people to just be like, oh, what a cool podcast.
Yeah.
I want people to be like, yo, I heard that podcast and it changed my life.
Yeah.
And that's all because we have been obedience, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the whole goal, in essence, is like, by no means do we have the best equipment.
Come
By
on.
no means do we have the best podcasts out there. There's 1,000,001 people doing podcasts, especially more like you look at it nowadays. Like this is the new trend.
Yeah.
And honestly, when it first came up for me, and I was like, man, maybe we should do a podcast. It wasn't like, oh, everybody's doing it, maybe we should do it. It was more so of like, I'm having these tough, godly conversations with other godly men,
Yeah.
and even not godly people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like it almost feels selfish
Yeah.
that I'm not sharing these lessons or these conversations with everyone else.
For sure.
And that it just so happens that a podcast is the best way to get that message out there. Because I
Yeah.
can make a YouTube video
Yeah.
and sit there in front of the camera and be like, yeah, guys, well, you need to do this. But the podcast creates that setting, that vibe that is more engaging, and especially with having these kind of conversations where people can really buy into it.
Correct.
Even just aside from the video aspect of it, just the audio. Think about how many times people listen to podcasts in the car, driving to work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it just so happened that was the best way to deliver the message, but by no means was it like, oh, we're hopping on the bandwagon. Like that didn't even play a factor, and it wasn't till just recently that I noticed, man, there's a lot of people doing this.
Yeah, bro.
And then
For sure.
I was like, shoot, like it kind of made me second guess it for a sec, because I'm
Yeah.
like, man, there's a lot of people doing this. Like, are we? But it goes back to that being obedient. I'm like, I'm following what God is telling me to do here. I'm not. This isn't from any selfish desires.
Yeah.
By no means did I try to create all this for personal gain or any of that.
Yeah.
It was strictly I'm being obedient to what God has put in my heart and what I feel like He's calling me to do.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I'm super happy to hear that, bro. I'm super happy to hear that. Obedience is definitely the key. So with that said, bro, let's get into this song,
get it.
bro. Let's
get
get into the song that God gave us, bro. For real. It was all him. So
It really it's wild, honestly. We go off the first verse. Out here in deep waters, where the waters churn, be branded by the truth, and the tides will burn. Be raw, be uncut, let the truth unfold. Tested by fire, you'll come out as gold. for me,
In the book of Frank, chapter 3.
for me, off rip, the tested by fire, and this theme keeps coming up. It's actually today. I sat in on one of the chapels at school, and the pastor was talking about um, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego,
In Abednego, yes.
and
The
about
three Hebrew boys.
exactly about the furnace and the fire,
Correct.
and it's like that. For some reason, that theme keeps coming up, and even through this season of that I'm in life, it feels like that. It feels like I'm being refined
Mm,
through fire.
correct.
It's not like it's like a nice little pruning, or like it's like, no, I'm walking through the furnace,
Yeah.
and this sucks,
Yeah.
but I'm able to see the fruits of it. I'm able to see how that refining is making me a better person, a better man,
Correct.
a better follower of Jesus Christ, and
Correct.
that's really like so for that first verse, that's what really resonates with me. Like when I hear the song, it's just like, man, like yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm being tested by fire,
Yeah.
and I'm being refined by it.
Yeah, bro. I think one of the lines there that stands out for me in this season of life is to be branded by the truth. Like when we hear that, when we talk about that, what does it mean to be branded by the truth? And when that line came to mind, it was just crazy how God was just pouring the lyrics, man, and it was like I was like stopping, and I was like, oh my God, I was so excited, like I almost called you on like the little first verse, and I wanted to be like, Frank, listen to what I have so far. But when that bar or that lyric came out, and it said be branded by the truth, man, that hit me because I said, oh man, I am branded by the truth. Like I am living and walking in the truth of God. Like my life is not a lie. The people that are around me know who I am. The people that are around me know my truth. I can speak up my truth, be who I need to be around those that really care about me. And the Bible says that the truth shall set you free also. So as men, sometimes we live so tied up or bound by lies that the enemy brings to our head. Man, but once you really make up your mind, brother, and you realize that you are branded by the truth, your life changes forever, bro. It changes forever, man. You know what I mean?
100%.
So yeah, that first verse was definitely one to really say, man, we are branded by the truth, bro. Branded by the truth. Let me go on the second verse.
Mhm.
Oh, now that you said the first verse, let me hit you up with the second ones. I said, the battles that you face, they will make you or break you. It's the weight of the choice and the road that you take. Step up to the call or step down in defeat. Victories earned where the rough waters meet. Man, come on.
That whole verse, is powerful.
Yeah.
That whole verse, even just the beginning about the battles that you face will make you or break you. Man, that's as real as it gets.
Yeah.
You either have the choice to step up and be like, okay, I've gone through hardship after hardship after hardship.
Mm.
Either I'm gonna roll over and I'm just gonna give up,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna run to God, and I'm gonna take that step forward.
Correct.
And
Correct.
even victories earned where the rough waters meet. I feel like us as humans, we naturally want to take the easy route.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a quote that I heard that said, if you choose to live your life easy, you'll have a hard life.
Mm.
If you choose to live your life hard,
Mm.
you'll have an easy life. And in essence,
Wow.
what it's trying to say is like, if
Wow.
you do the hard things, you do the things that are uncomfortable, the things that you don't want to do, but that are going to give you the most growth, it's going to help you out the most, you'll have an easy life. But if you choose the easy route, the stuff that's not gonna help you grow, and like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, and your life is gonna end up being harder.
Correct.
And I feel like naturally our human flesh, that's what we want to default to. It's just, well, this is the easy route. Let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, that's not what we're called to do.
Correct.
And it's like the song said, victories earned
Bro.
where the rough waters meet.
Yo, simple as that, bro. And you know what? The other part where it says step up to the call or step down in defeat. I think that a lot of men, bro, need to understand that that's basically what God is telling us to do, bro. It's either you step up to the call, it's either you step up or you're gonna be down in defeat your whole life. On every area of your life, bro. Not just on a podcast, but if you marry, on your marriage, if you have kids as a father, if you have a business as a businessman, you need to step up to the call. Because when we don't do that, it kind of like, it puts you in a place, bro, of the word. It puts you in a place of defeat, bro. And you're like, man, bro, like, are we gonna one day be in our deathbed, and we're gonna be like, oh man, I didn't step up to the call that God called me to do. So my whole life, like, what if?
Mm-hmm.
What if I would have done that? Man, what if I would have done the podcast? What is? And this is you also. That's why I wrote that. Because I saw, I was visualizing and trying to think. This whole song, I wrote it my best, trying to think like you and asking God to show me with every obstacle that you've gone through in the past 2-3 years,
Mm-hmm.
which there haven't been light waters.
No.
Like, you've been on some deep stuff, bro. And that's why I was asking God. I'm like, man, like, help me think like Frank, bro. Help me think like, thinking back of your struggles and your issues. But if there's one thing that I've noticed about you every single time you have a struggle, bro, is that you step up to the struggle and you look at it in the face and you say, sorry, bro, like, you're not going to take me down. Like, I'm going to face you. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely inspiring, bro. And that's why I wrote that in there, man, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't been easy, but it's better to look back and be like, when times got tough, I stepped up. I didn't just roll over and quit. And it may not look pretty, it may not be the best outcomes, but I'm taking the steps forward to get better, to grow, and to be better off. And so yeah, no, that it definitely every single verse of this song,
Yeah.
it hit. I'm telling you, every single one hits different.
I know. You know something that I think about now? It's about stepping up or stepping down in the feet. You ever heard the say of or the clean version says, when crap hits the fan,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
When crap hits the fan, you're like, right? And then when crap hits the fan, the crap goes everywhere. Sometimes in life, bro, as men, we might be in circles or in different places, and sometimes crap hits the fans and it has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with us. And we're like, man, this crap is everywhere. But you know what stepping up to what I mean by stepping up? Sometimes, bro, in my life now that I'm 40 years old, I realize that sometimes crap hits the fan and it has nothing to do with me. And I'm just like, man, what in the world? Like, and stepping up sometimes means, bro, that you got to leave your pride aside, everything aside. And because God is calling you, sometimes you might have to go and clean the crap.
Yeah.
That it's not your crap. That it doesn't belong to you. But if you don't step up, imagine if you don't step up, bro, like, that crap is going to stink even more.
Yeah. No one's cleaning it up.
No
Yeah.
one's cleaning it up. And as man, talking also as a married man, I got to step up in different areas for my wife. I got to step up in different areas for my kids. You got to step up in different areas for your life, in the areas that if you don't step up, bro, we're going to be in defeat, man.
Yeah.
We're going to be defeated. So
No one's coming to save you.
come on
As
now.
a man, no one's coming to save you.
Come
So
on now.
It's either you step up and you do it for yourself, and You inspire other people around you. You inspire your family.
Bro, you need to say that again. No one what?
No one's coming to save you. It's
Come on.
and I used to hear that so much, like growing up.
You laugh about it like,
Yeah.
man, whatever.
Yeah, all right,
like,
no one's coming to save me. Thanks.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But it hasn't hit till really like till now
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like just the constant trials, man. Like I mean, and there's more to come.
Yeah.
But it's just looking back and just those trials and tribulations. It's like no one's coming to save you, bro.
Yeah.
Either you stand up or you just don't. You just give up and roll over. It's like
So
we
put-
talked about. That's a whole nother podcast topic. But about that, we talked about that. That's either you're gonna step up or you're not.
No one's coming to save you.
No
Y'all
one's
hear
coming
that,
to
right?
save you.
Yo,
No
hit
one's
that
coming to
chorus,
save
bro.
you.
Let's talk about that chorus.
Let's talk about it. So brace yourself, man. Let the fight begin. Branded by the truth, hold that courage within. Brand your heart with purpose, God's word as your might, through the deep waters of life, and come and stand upright.
Mm.
Oof. I really like the verse there that says, "Brand your heart with purpose, God's word as your might." I feel like even especially with a lot of the influencers nowadays, they step up and they make
Correct.
things of their life,
Correct.
but they do it without God.
Yep.
They do it on their own strength. And yeah,
Correct.
they may be successful to a certain extent,
Correct.
but nevertheless they're lacking something inside. And that's a void that only God can fill. So, and that's a really important thing for me, and especially when I do talk to people about topics like that, about like hey, you know what, like you're going through a tough time right now, and you do got to step up as a man. You got to answer the call,
Let it be known.
but
Let it be
you
known.
need to do it the right way. You need to do it with God. 'Cause
Correct.
it's not, and I always try to bring that back into it. It's like you can do all these things and you might succeed, but it's all worthless at the end if you didn't do it the right way, if you didn't do it through God. And I think
That's such a good point. Let me
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
you. Let me stop
Go
you
ahead.
there, bro. It's something that I always tell people and men is like, can you imagine doing something great in life, and the minute that you make it, you're like, oh, I made it, and then you look next to you and God's not there, and you're like, how did I make it without God? So if you don't make it without God, how did you make it? That's scary, bro.
did you really make it?
Yeah, that's a scary thought. And the scary thought is of people building kingdoms with toothpicks and not building kingdoms with bricks as men. Where we're like, oh, look at my kingdom, and you go plop, and it was
just
like
crumbles.
made out of toothpicks,
Yep.
bro. Like you didn't solidify your foundation. It wasn't brick layered. It wasn't prayed for. It wasn't really like deep, because your deep foundation.
It
has
was
to-
rushed. It was,
Ex- Exactly, bro. And that's why, in that part where we said, hold up, I lost it. Was it branded by the truth? What was the part that we said again? I'm sorry, bro. I lost it.
brand your heart with purpose and God's word as your might.
Bro, brand your heart. Just that line. And I kept telling the Holy Spirit, I'm like, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because as I was writing the song too, it was talking to me, bro. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and it's when you hear stuff and you see stuff like this, bro, that's when you know that it's only him, Frank. That's when you know it's really God. Like when you really say, God, this is you right here. Like there's no way human possible that I can sit there and like, let's try to come up with this. Like, is God telling us that, bro? Branded, like, purpose, man. That word, purpose. And I think that there's beauty behind purpose when you have God involved in it.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you have God involved in it. So how does the branded by purpose, what does branded by purpose to you means? Like what can that help a man that's out there listening that just feels like, man, I feel like I have no purpose? What does that mean to you, bro? Being branded by purpose. Like,
Well,
what is that?
Let's look at what our purpose on this earth is for. It's not for any of the pleasures. It's not for anything that the world can offer.
So good.
it's to advance God's kingdom,
Yeah.
and to bring as many souls to heaven with us as possible.
Correct.
And that's only through Jesus Christ.
Correct.
And the price he paid and died on the cross for us.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't know that truth, or you don't know that, like, that purpose, then you're just floating through life.
Got you.
And you may feel like, oh, you got purpose now. I'm trying to make more money for my family. I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to do this. But if you don't have God in your heart, and you're not living in his truth in that walk, then there's gonna come a point in your life where you're gonna realize that, and you're gonna feel that emptiness. You're gonna feel that void.
Yeah.
And that's not a comfortable, and that's not a great place to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think being without purpose, man. What a sad thing. Being without purpose. I know people. It's crazy, bro. I know people with millions of followers. I know people with millions of dollars in the bank account. I know people with 4 or 5 houses, 4 or 5, 6 cars. And these are the people that sometimes are calling me at 3 a.m. crying, saying, I feel like I have no purpose, Prof.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing about it is that I can only point them to Jesus, bro.
That's the only answer.
That's the only answer.
There's no other answer.
And every
That's
time,
the only answer.
yeah, and every time they call me, or and it's like, dude, the only thing I can tell you is that I can only point you to Jesus. You buying yourself another car, it's not gonna, like.
And sometimes they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, well, yeah, man, I know. I gotta pray, right? I gotta
Yeah.
go to God. I gotta
Oh
read my
God,
Bible.
Jesus, yeah.
It's like, I'm giving you the answers. Like, whether you want to believe that that's the answer or not,
Yeah.
is up to you.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Because I've lived it.
Yeah.
It's the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
But they don't want to hear that. They want, yeah, no, you got it, bro. Just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buy that next house. Just keep making more money.
Yeah.
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 And it's like,
keep getting more likes,
yeah,
more
like,
followers.
yeah, just keep your grind. It's like,
Yeah.
you're missing the whole point.
Yeah.
You're missing the whole point.
You know what's crazy, bro? That a long time ago, when I was signed to a record label, and I had a Twitter page, and my Twitter page was popping, bro. Like, it was when it was called Twitter. Now it's called X. I think it's called X. Right? Yeah, X.
Now.
So and it was the very young days of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of following was happening. So I started to feel like, oh, I have purpose, like, and that was fulfilling me. God was not fulfilling me.
No.
And it started to take a toll on me when I was like, oh, like, I started feeling like, man, I'm getting followers, and I was getting filled by that, and not by really saying, man, is God working through me? God is with me. God loves me. It's all about God. And then one day, brother, I was taking a shower. God always speaks to me in showers. I don't know why. But he was talking to me in the shower, man. And he said, I need you to delete your Twitter. And I was like, devil, you are a liar.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've worked so hard for my followers. I'm like, and the record label's not going to like this. And, oh, what happens to like the fans if they're like, and God is like, delete your Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know them 5,000. Bro, it was 5,000 people that were following me. That was nothing.
Yeah.
But I felt so purposely with
you
that.
felt-
And God was like, delete the Twitter. And I'm like, can I put it like on hold for like 30 days and then I'll come? And he was like, no, like, delete the Twitter. And dude, I remember after I showered, I just got out and I prayed and I was just obedient. And I was like, okay. And then I went in and I deleted my Twitter. And then I kept asking God, I'm like, what was the purpose of you telling me to delete Twitter? Like, I want to be obedient to you, but like, what was the purpose? What was the purpose? And then one of the things that I learned through that experience was that it's not the amount of people that you have following you or looking at you or saying, wow, you have such a great thing, that gives you purpose. It's only God that gives you purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then the crazy thing about it that I'm like, man, I need all these people to change the world. If all these people follow me, I'm gonna be able to change the world, and they're gonna look at me, and I'm gonna like. I really was on that mode, bro.
Yeah.
Which is a dangerous mode,
Oh yeah.
cause you want,
You
Who
get
does-
consumed by it.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And as man and as our flesh, we like that, bro.
Yeah. Because that's where pride sets in.
Yeah, we,
And then then it just continues to grow.
yeah,
And
bro.
then you're like, no, I can't let that go.
Yeah,
I
and
worked so hard
and
for
we
this,
like
and-
it. You know, we like the whole
100%.
like, wow, you know, like, hey man, I got 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 followers. But Jesus said to me, bro, that one night, he said, did you forget that I only had 12 followers
Hmm.
and I changed the world with only 12? Man, that thing hit me,
Yep.
bro. And I was like, what? I'm like, I only had, he said, if I had a Twitter, I only had 12 followers.
That's crazy.
Jesus said, I would have 12 followers and I would change the world with those 12. And I said, yo, Jesus like legit changed the world with only 12,
people.
12 dudes that he said, y'all want to get branded or y'all want to,
Yep.
you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it's like we talked about. Like we're doing this, and whether this thing blows up and we have millions of subscribers, or we have one,
Yeah.
that one is worth it.
Yeah.
If it changes that one person's life, it brings
Yeah.
that one person to Christ,
Yeah.
then all this
Yeah.
was worth it.
And you know the beauty about this, Frank, and it's something that we all got to learn to do in our lives, is that everything that we do, no matter where we at, in front of a camera, back of a camera, that we are doing everything for an audience of one, and that's Jesus, bro. We can have 2 million followers in this podcast, that if Jesus himself is not the one saying, then we've done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we have done something wrong. People ask me every single time, either I do a show or I do a big venue, people say, is the number one question that they say, how does it feel to be up there in front of all those people? And I give them the same answer. I don't know. And they're like, don't you get like you're in front of this whole arena?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I honestly get up there and I don't even see the people, bro. Like, I know that I have a mission that moment, and my mission is to please my Father's heart. My mission is to make sure that when I'm done, God says, well done. Because them claps can fool you, boy.
Yeah.
That whole light and the whole thing can fool you, and you could be like, woo, like, yeah, let's go.
I did something.
Yeah, but so we got to learn that it's always for an audience of one.
I like that.
Going into the third verse, bro, it said, which we repeat a couple of the things here, but it says, so heed the call and stand bald in your skin. True strength is forged when battles been. Be raw, be uncut. Don't shy from the don't shy from the pain.
That one out of everything there, that
Let's talk about that, bro. Shy from the pain.
everything else reiterates what we've already talked about, but right there, that shy from the pain goes back to us as humans, that we naturally just go to through that easy path, or that the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
But if you truly want the most growth, whether that's wisdom or just growing as a person,
Correct.
it's gonna be painful.
Yeah.
It's gonna be painful, and I love that because it's so true. It's like, don't shy from it.
Yeah.
You know that's where you're gonna grow the most.
Yeah.
Think about like working out.
I
You
was
go
about
to
to
the,
say that.
You go to the gym.
Yeah, I don't
It-
go to the gym, but yeah, I was about. You go to the gym, but maybe I need to stop shining. Maybe I need to stop shying from the gym and
Yes.
just face the.
No shy from the pain.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
I need to go and stop shying from the.
But you go into that space. It's hurt. It's pain.
Yeah,
But you do it because you know the growth that comes from it,
and it's a representation, bro, of life.
of life.
Growing
100%.
your muscles represents
Life.
life, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come out of those trials and those things, and at the end of the day, it's not to say like, oh, I'm gonna go look for the the hardest things in my life, or
Yeah.
like tragedy's gonna strike me. No, like
Yeah,
naturally life is gonna come because we live in a sinful, broken world.
correct.
But it's like, don't run from it. If it
Yeah,
presents itself and it comes up in your life,
yeah,
you'll be like, okay, you know what, this sucks.
yeah,
But I'm not gonna shy from it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna face it head on.
Yeah.
And there was a quote. I don't know who said it, but it was a great quote. It said, "The best way to fight the demons that you're running from is just to turn around and face them."
That's so good, bro. Say that again. What is it? What is it?
The best way to face the demons that you're running from is to turn around and face them.
As men,
As it's like,
come on.
dude, like that's as real as it gets.
Yeah.
We spend our lives running from these things, the rough reality of things. We don't want to face it. But sometimes all we need to do is just turn around, look it in the face, and be like, yeah, that I've been running from you, but I'm not running from you no more. I'm gonna go through it.
Hmm.
And when I get to the other side of it, I'm 10 times stronger than it.
And I think that's one of the most important things that us as men, bro, need to learn to do, is to learn to face the demons that life brings. Because this walk with Christ, brother, and this walk with Jesus, it's not always happy bunnies, flowers.
No way.
You know, people talk about it and they say, if you give your life to Christ, everything's gonna be perfect. Dog, what?
No.
Listen,
not
you're
reality.
it's gonna be a living battle, hell. You wake up, there's a spiritual round. There's a spiritual war that's going on, bro.
Every day.
That us as men wake up every single day and we have to face, bro. We have to battle with lust. We have to battle temptation. We have to battle with, I don't know, some people battle with drinking. Some might battle with drugs. Some might battle with eating. Some might, whatever it is, bro. But every single day, Frank, we got battles in our lives that we have to face. And if we don't face them, bro, if we
They'll-
don't face
they'll
them, we're
consume
done.
They will consume our life.
They will 100% consume our lives. And the beauty about us is that, can you imagine a life without Christ?
No.
Like, can you imagine if we didn't have him every single day in the morning when we wake up? Have you ever thought about, bro? I think about this all the time. Have you ever thought about people that, and again, let me for the audience, this is not coming from a judging, let me judge you or condemn you or like, you're
Yeah.
going to hell.
This is just a real.
But it's a real thing because we said that we were raw and that we were uncut, right? I try to make understand how can we, I don't know how to live without Christ. I don't know. If you were to tell me, yo, Prof, how do you live without Christ? I have not one clue, bro, in my mind.
At this point right now, there's no going back. There's no. Like,
No, I
like,
don't.
I can't go back to the old because I don't
No.
know it. Like I'm like this is it.
Yeah.
With God is the only way that I roll.
Correct.
Even if I'm rolling by myself, that's the only person that I need to roll with.
Correct. And he shows us how we say here, bro, that it says be raw and be uncut. The Jesus that I serve, the God that I serve, he's not a cookie cut God that it's like so perfect, and he's just raw, uncut, and he tells me how it is, bro. He doesn't paint this beautiful picture of like, raw and uncut. You're gonna go through hell. You're gonna go through fire. You're gonna go through temptations. You're gonna go through battles. You're gonna go through tears. You're gonna go through deep moments. We forget that we say, Lord, here I am. I'm your son. I'm your, father. Like, use me. And God is looking now like, did you just finish telling me to use you? Use me, God, whatever it takes,
Yeah.
whatever price it is. Be raw, be uncut. And then the part comes and we're like, oh,
No.
I thought that he was like, but
Yeah.
what? Like,
Instead of standing up, we sit back down. We're like, oh, never mind.
yeah, man. It's more about the battles that makes us, the battles that tighten us, the dark moments that teaches us that without Christ, brother, we're lost, bro. We are simply lost.
And to reiterate what you were saying about all those things, he says it. He tells us how it is, but he also lets us know that he's with us every step of the way.
Come on.
So we're not fighting those things alone.
Come on.
And that path, to follow him is a treacherous,
Yeah.
raw, very rugged path.
Come on.
But He promises us
Come on.
that he is with us every step of the way and he will never leave us.
Being obedient. Today I was talking to today I was on the phone with a very successful musician in the Christian industry. Shout out to Julio Rivera. And he said something to me. He said, Prof, he goes, being obedient is painful. And I really never like looked at it that way. I'm like, okay, being obedient, but yo, there's pain with being obedient. Because you have to learn how to die to things that are no longer good for you, bro. And it's painful. Being obedient to Christ is painful. And what do you mean, Prof, being obedient to Christ? Well, let's use Jesus as an example. He was obedient to the Father, and he got crucified on a cross because he said, I'm going to be obedient. Let's talk about painful. Let's talk about pain. Let's talk about 39 whips to the back. Let's talk about being ripped out of your flesh. Let's talk about being hanged on a cross, 3 nails, a crown of thorns, people spitting on you. Bro, being obedient is painful. It's a painful process, bro. It's a painful process. So
No doubt.
yeah, man. Bro, break down the last one, which is the outro. Let's close
do it.
with the outro, bro.
So it's out here in the world where the waters rage, grit and faith will write the next page. Be branded now by the word's own blade. Better man in the making, walking unafraid. That's tough. That's tough. My favorite part is the last part of that, where a better man in the making, walking unafraid. I think when you walk with God, you can walk in that space. You
Correct.
can walk unafraid. You can walk and be like,
Correct.
there's nothing this world can throw at me
Correct.
that will make me fearful, because I know I serve the one true God.
Come on.
And he gives me the ultimate power.
Come on.
And I don't need to be worried about what this world scares me with.
Yeah.
And I think that's just being a man in general, just walking that walk, just that path, man.
Yeah, man. And I think the part that stands out for me, which I believe, bro, that it's the whole point of this podcast, and it says a better man in the making, walking unafraid. If there's something that I want every single person that's watching us, and I'm sure that you want the same thing, and especially aim towards men, is that we want to be better men daily, and we want you guys to be better men. And going back to it again, Frank, the only way to be a better man is to be unafraid.
Yep.
That is the only way, is to be unafraid. It's to look at fear, it's to look at the demons, to look at Satan, to look at those things that make you tremble and do them
And
unafraid, bro.
Still be able to do it. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's even not. It's not even really being unafraid in a sense. It's more so you may be fearful, but God gives you the courage and strength to continue.
Correct.
To continue with that.
Yeah.
And that's what allows you to be unafraid.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're all being called. So either you answer the call or you don't.
Simple as that, bro.
Simple as that.
Yo, shout out to you, bro. I'm super happy for you. I'm super proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
And
man.
I know, bro, that God is going to do crazy things with the way that God is branding you, bro. Like the way that God is branding you. And again, I know that you go back and you're like, bro, this has nothing to do with me. It has to do all with him. So
100%.
shout out to you. And bro, let's continue.
Appreciate it. It was fun.
Let's do it, bro.
Be raw, be uncut, don't shy from the pain. It's the storm that seals the mark of your name.